Hey everybody, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and we got a big box, don't we, Scarlett?
Yeah!
Let's open it up and see what it is, huh?
Yeah!
What do you think it is?
I think it's a toy.
You think it's a toy?
Yeah.
Alright. Here we go. Okay, look out. Here we go. Ready?
Oh my goodness! It's for me!
What? What is that?
It's a Pac-Man. Can I have it?
Hey guys, MichaelBtheGameGenie here, and today on Game Genie Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at the Numskull Miss Pac-Man Quarter Arcade. That's right guys, today we're going to be taking a look at the Numskull Miss Pac-Man Quarter Arcade. I want to say a huge thank you to Numskull for sending along this Miss Pac-Man Quarter Arcade for review. You guys know I've been doing a lot of stuff collecting arcades, all these arcade 1-up products in the last little while, but I've never actually owned or got to try a Numskull Quarter Arcade before today. I'm very excited to pop this open, check out the amazing artwork and the attention to detail they put into the product, but more importantly, try it out and see what I think of it myself. Before we do open this thing up and take a look at the arcade inside, I want to take a minute and talk about just how much I like the packaging on the Numskull Quarter Arcades. I'm a huge proponent of physical media and a self-admitted box collector. Typically with a bigger item like this, I would have a hard time justifying keeping the box due to space constraints. However, this box that the Quarter Arcade comes in isn't just aesthetically pleasing, but it also checks off so many boxes on the nostalgia checklist for Miss Pac-Man. The big draw for me is the side box art that recreates the side panel art from the original cabinet, and it's just so striking. The front and right side open up to showcase the Quarter Arcade inside, but still maximize the space left on the packaging by using the classic Miss Pac-Man logo above the opening and the actual gameplay screen on the other side of the box. The back of the box shows the Quarter Arcade in all its glory, as well as provides full details on the Quarter Arcade and everything that comes with it. The box is just so well put together and with such a high attention to detail. You can tell with this level of quality on the outside, the product inside should be fantastic. Anyways, you guys came for a Quarter Arcade review and not a box review, so thank you for indulging me for a minute, but let's get to the main event. So what's in the box? When we open it up, we will find the Miss Pac-Man Quarter Arcade fully assembled, so no need to find screwdrivers or look for parts in the box. The package also contains a really well put together instruction manual emblazoned with the Miss Pac-Man gameplay screen. You do receive the micro USB cable that you will need to either power or charge the Quarter Arcade, however it does not include a power brick necessary to plug it in, so you will have to supply one of those yourself. Luckily, I have about 7,000 mini consoles and other foolishness lying around the house, so I have a surplus of these bricks. Let's get back to the Quarter Arcade because this is really the most important thing, and boy oh boy is this ever beautiful. I mentioned earlier how much I appreciated the attention to detail they paid with the box, and I assumed the same would apply to the arcade inside, and I am so happy to report that this was a true statement. Numskull has taken the original Miss Pac-Man arcade cabinet and almost one-for-one recreated it here in 1/4 scale, and it really is breathtaking. The shape of the cabinet is pretty much perfect to the original cabinet. You will see with so many other offerings from other companies that make these mini arcades and take elements of the original cabinet art and then paste it onto a preformed shape that matches their products, and while it plays the game and has the art, it just doesn't feel right. By Numskull matching the original shape of the cabinet, they can also recreate the art the way you remember, or better said, the way it should be on the side of the cabinet. Also, that Miss Pac-Man cabinet side artwork is gorgeous. I mean, the colors all just pop off the side of the cabinet and it really stands out. It really is a stunning piece of artwork, and this is an arcade I am proud to display. We take a look at the front panel, and the high attention to detail continues as they do such a good job recreating the look of the original cabinet here, which is something no other company is doing with this product. The bottom front panel has the iconic artwork, just like on the original cabinet, as well as a faux coin door. There are buttons on the coin door, and we will come back to their function a little later. We move up to the control panel and monitor, and it's so exciting to see both of these at the correct angle that the original cabinet featured. The control panel and monitor also recreate the art of the original cabinet, but you may notice the control panel coloring looks slightly off from the rest of the cabinet. The control panel features a rough overlay that is there to protect the cab from the rigors of gameplay. As we have seen in the past, some home arcades have had artwork rub off or be damaged. I will say this joystick looks really small. Will that be comfortable to play with? Of course, just like everything else is arcade perfect, the bezel not only recreates the art, but also features the instructions on either side in very tiny print. It's pretty cute. To top off the look of the arcade, of course we come to the marquee, which is gorgeous and of course accurate to the arcade, including the black bars holding the plexiglass in place. On the back of the cabinet, near the bottom, we will find all the important parts, such as the plug for the micro USB cable to power the device or charge it. The volume dial is also found here that will allow us to adjust the cabinet's volume to our desired level. Last but not least is the power switch, and when we have this bad boy plugged in or at full charge, we can flip the switch and finally turn our quarter arcade on. The first thing you'll notice is the marquee in front isn't just beautiful, but it also lights up, because of course it does. Arcade marquees are special when lit. Everything with this machine is arcade accurate, so of course it needs its own lit marquee. One thing I'm surprised I like so much is that they went with a warm white behind the marquee instead of the much more common daylight look people use now. I guess it all comes down to preference with what you want, but remember, this is what the original marquee actually looked like in the arcade, so I kinda prefer this. The screen comes on, and pretty soon the familiar Miss Pac-Man image will appear on your screen. The screen of course looks pretty small because it's designed to fit this scale, but don't let the size fool you, because this is a bright and vibrant display that I think you will find does more than an adequate job showcasing this beautiful game. All of the colors look the way they should, and there's no weird screen filtering options happening here, as all the characters and enemies look nice and crisp. One thing I will say I noticed with the screen is that at certain viewing angles you will notice the screen looks strange, but honestly you're going to be playing this dead center, so that will never become an issue. This is where I have to be extremely honest. I've always been very interested in picking up one of the Numskull Quarter Arcades, but the size of the controls concern me. If the controls are that small, will this even be an enjoyable or comfortable playing experience? Well, let's talk about the controls, and I think you may be surprised. First thing I want to mention is back on the faux coin door, there were buttons. Well, guess what? This is how we add quarters to the game, and honestly, I think that is brilliant. Why haven't more companies copied this concept in the home arcade arena? Next up is the control panel itself, and the start buttons are exactly where they would be on the original cabinet, and work the same way. The start game buttons for player 1 and player 2 work how they should. For people who are looking for that extremely clicky sound, you won't get it from these buttons, but they don't feel bad. Obviously, Miss Pac-Man doesn't have an action button in-game, so I would have to try out a cab like Galaga or Galaxian to truly get a feel for what that experience is like. With Miss Pac-Man, much like her male counterpart, the experience will really come down to the quality of the joystick and how responsive it is. Well, this tiny joystick concerned me at first, but within minutes of playing, I found it to be just as responsive and accurate, if not more so, than the control stick on my Arcade 1-Up Pac-Man 40th Anniversary cab. I will say, it's still a little weird playing with just 2 fingers on the stick compared to your whole hand, but you would be surprised how quickly you forget about that and get immersed in the experience. Honestly, after less than 20 minutes, I was in love with this cabinet as not just a very cool piece of arcade art to display, but as an arcade accurate way to play one of the most fun and iconic games of all time. I am so excited to have this version of the Queen in my home for my whole family to enjoy. So guys, that's my take on the Miss Pac-Man Numskull Quarter Arcade. I have to be honest with you, I'm a very big fan. I'm surprised by how much I actually like this machine. This is my first quarter arcade by Numskull, but after this experience, I can certainly tell you it won't be my last. What I want to know now is, what do you guys think of these quarter arcades by Numskull? Is this something that you think that you'll pick up yourself? What about those out there that already have Numskull Quarter Arcades? What ones do you have? And what do you think of them? How well do they play? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyways, I want to say thank you again to Numskull for sending out this Miss Pac-Man Quarter Arcade for review. It's been a huge hit with my family. My daughter and my wife have been playing it non-stop. I also want to say a huge thank you to Numskull for sending out this awesome Ghostbusters Christmas sweater. I ain't afraid of no ghost. Thank you very much, Numskull. For those of you out there that are interested in either picking up the Quarter Arcade or picking up the awesome Numskull Christmas jumpers, I'll leave links down in the information below. Anyways, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this review. This is MichaelBtheGameGenie, and I'll talk to you next time.
Can we open it up?
We sure can. What do you think?
Can I play that
It's a
one?
lot different than I thought it was going to be.
Can I play with that one?
It's so cool!
Can I play that one?
Yeah!
So it's actually a mini arcade machine.
Yeah!
Oh, that's neat.
It's like the whole... Yeah.
That is
That is so cool!
Hello, I'm Scarlett, and this is my mom, and this is